It started with a friendship, a normal one. The kind where you share food, laugh about stupid things, and trust someone with your life. But sometimes, the people we trust the most are the ones capable of the worst betrayal. This is the story of Daniel and Marcus, two best friends, one secret, and a crime that shocked an entire city. Because no one expected the truth, not even Daniel. Daniel Carter was a 29-year-old software engineer living in a quiet suburb outside Manchester. He lived a simple life. Work during the day, gym in the evening, video games or Netflix at night, nothing unusual. But Daniel had one constant in his life: his best friend, Marcus Reed. They had known each other since university. Marcus was charismatic, confident, the type of person who could walk into a room and instantly become the center of attention. Daniel, on the other hand, was quieter, but their personalities worked perfectly together. Marcus handled people, Daniel handled logic. They trusted each other with everything, and that trust would soon become Daniel's biggest mistake.
I thought you had my back. We said we've met up a lot. We're talking about money.
One evening, Marcus showed up at Daniel's apartment with excitement in his eyes. "Bro, I have an idea." Marcus had always been the dreamer. Another business idea, another big plan. But this one sounded different: cryptocurrency trading. Marcus claimed he had discovered a strategy. He said they could make serious money. Daniel was skeptical, but Marcus insisted. He even showed him screenshots of trading profits, thousands of pounds. Daniel hesitated, but Marcus said something that changed everything. "We're partners. I'd never let you lose money." That sentence sealed it. Daniel invested 25,000 pounds, his entire savings. And at first, everything looked perfect. Within weeks, Marcus showed Daniel the account. The investment had grown to 38,000 pounds, then 52,000 pounds, then 70,000 pounds. Daniel couldn't believe it. Marcus seemed like a genius. Soon Daniel told a few close friends. They wanted in too. Marcus said the strategy was limited, exclusive, but eventually he allowed a few more investors. Soon Marcus was managing nearly 300,000 pounds from friends and family. Everyone trusted him. Why wouldn't they? He was their friend. One night Daniel tried to withdraw some profits, just 5,000 pounds. Marcus told him not to. "It's tied up in trades." Daniel waited another week, then another. Finally, Marcus said the exchange was having technical issues. Daniel believed him, at least at first. But something didn't feel right. Daniel asked to see the trading dashboard. Marcus showed him screenshots again. But something caught Daniel's attention. The fonts looked slightly different, almost like they were edited. Daniel didn't say anything, but a seed of doubt had been planted. 3 days later, Marcus vanished.
Our money! It's all gone!
No, this can't be happening.
The app just crashed. Everything's wiped. We have to call the bank now.
What do we do?
His phone was off. No replies. No messages. His apartment was empty. Daniel felt his stomach drop. Panic spread through the group of investors. Over 300,000 pounds was gone. Friends started calling Daniel because he was the one who introduced Marcus. Soon the police were involved. But what investigators discovered was even worse than anyone imagined. Detectives quickly learned something shocking. Marcus had never traded cryptocurrency at all. The trading accounts? Fake. The screenshots? Photoshopped. The profits? Completely fabricated. Marcus had been running a Ponzi scheme. When new investors gave money, he used part of it to pretend earlier investors were making profits. But most of the money he was spending: luxury hotels, designer clothes, and expensive vacations. Within 6 months, Marcus had burned through nearly £180,000. The rest had been transferred through multiple offshore accounts. Then Marcus disappeared, and for months, no one knew where he was. But the worst part wasn't the money, it was the betrayal. Daniel realized Marcus had been planning this from the beginning. They looked through old messages, old conversations, even the moment Marcus first mentioned the investment idea. It was all carefully designed. Marcus didn't just scam strangers. He targeted people who trusted him. Friends, family, even Daniel's own cousin had invested. Lives were ruined, friendships destroyed. Some people lost their entire savings, and Daniel blamed himself. 6 months later, police received a tip. Marcus had been spotted in Dubai. He had been living under a slightly different name, using fake documents. But criminals make mistakes. Marcus tried to move money through an international bank. That triggered a financial alert. Authorities tracked him down. And finally, Marcus Reed was arrested. The trial lasted 3 weeks. Victims testified one by one. Some had lost £5,000, others lost over £50,000. But the most powerful moment came when Daniel took the stand. He looked directly at Marcus, his former best friend, and asked one simple question. Why? Marcus didn't answer. He just looked down.
Why? Why did you betray me?
I had no choice.
No choice? You ruined everything. I did what I had to do.
In the end, the judge called it one of the most calculated betrayals of trust he had ever seen. Marcus was sentenced to 12 years in prison, but prison didn't fix everything. Most of the stolen money was never recovered. Victims spent years rebuilding their finances. And Daniel? He struggled with guilt for a long time. But eventually he realized something important. Trust is powerful, but blind trust can be dangerous. Because sometimes the person who smiles at you every day is hiding something far darker. Marcus Reed didn't break into homes. He didn't rob banks. He didn't carry a weapon. But he destroyed lives with something far more powerful: trust. And that's what makes this story so terrifying. Because the biggest crimes sometimes come from the people closest to us.